It looks like it's really happening. It looks like we're going full speed into the conclusion of Tales of Zestiria the X. So, yeah, it's happening. I mean, we have the advisor to the Lord of Calamity pretty much following our characters around. They're all prepping a big army together to be able to stand up against, you know, the malevolence and all that. Just, it seems like the endgame battle is upon us. I mean, it's kind of sad, really. I mean, I've been with this series for a good long while now. I mean, it's kind of sad to see it already come to an end. And I mean, there's a lot of mixed feelings I have right now with this conclusion because, as I said with last week's episode, it was very apparent that it seemed like Studio Football was just trying to say, let's wrap it up, we're getting towards the conclusion, full speed ahead. And that's exactly what this episode felt like. It just showed a lot of plot points, you know, kind of directing towards, you know, the end game of taking down the final boss. And there's a lot of little things that, honestly, I wish wasn't rushed or getting rushed throughout this episode. But, I mean, all things must eventually come to an end, regardless if it's good or bad, rushed or not rushed. And kind of sad. It's kind of sad, really, because, I mean, it's a good series overall, and I've really enjoyed it. It just, seeing all these characters kind of coming together and all that, it just hits you instantly, like, holy shit, it's about to end. But it doesn't seem like we're going to get a lot of answers from some other little things throughout the series, or these other characters might not get developed or whatever. It's kind of sad. But besides that, though, besides my overall opinion of, you know, the episode feeling rushed, I guess this episode's main message is to show that we are reaching the end, and now everything is pointing towards the boss. Can, you know, Saray and everybody else take him down? That is the big question right now after this episode concludes. And, I mean, there's a lot of things happening throughout this episode which show that everybody's getting ready for the final fight. Number one, we have a bunch of different armies from both sides that, you know, been disputing having fights since Season 1. They've come together to join Saray and help him out against the actual final villain. But then we also have a bunch of other, you know, spirits and stuff come together, like the Normans and stuff, helping out and trying to give everyone a little boost or confidence or whatever. They're trying to help everyone out. And we also have fodder soldiers coming in. We have Rose and Alicia coming in. I mean, we just have a lot of people all coming together. All the characters from Tales of Zestiria kind of popping up and joining the final fight. And honestly, I like this. I do like how all the characters are coming together. Even the ones that are kind of minor characters or didn't get fleshed out as much. I still appreciate these characters popping up on the battlefield to demonstrate that it's going to be a colossal battle to determine the fate of the world. Because to be honest with you, I love, you know, battles and stuff with the main character going up against like the Demon King or final villain or whatever, but I love epic wars. I love like this big ass army that you've been constructing since like the beginning of the series, or building these relationships coming together to face off against the final foe. And that's what we have here. Everybody coming up against the Lord of Calamity. And to be honest with you, I feel like all the regular soldiers and stuff, they're probably going to get wrecked because they're fodder. I mean, they really are. There's just no way human soldiers are going to survive up against the Lord of Calamity. I mean, there's just no fucking way. There really isn't. So they're going to get wrecked. I sense a lot of, you know, human deaths, but besides that, I feel like the main party, like our main characters, are going to be the ones that really do anything in this fight. So, let's talk about the situation with Alicia and Rose. So, Rose and Alicia, they're trying to get their transformation, similar to what, you know, Saray does, how he transforms into different forms and stuff, like, you know, with, you know, Lila or Edna and stuff like that. We see to where Alicia and, you know, Rose, they're trying to get their transformation, which will help them out in the future of this upcoming fight. And I'm really looking forward to the way they look, because honestly, the way Saray looks when he transforms, it makes him, he looks badass. Like, don't get me wrong, he looks really badass, but the way it makes him look, he looks more feminine when he, like, transforms and stuff. And I'm curious to see what Alicia and Rose look like when they transform. I mean, Edna apparently is going to be with Alicia, which, like, holy fuck, like, whoa, like, the best girls of the series fusing into one, like, that's pretty badass. But then Rose as well, she's getting her transformation. So I'm just very, very curious to see the way they look in the upcoming fight. Because we know, we both know, all of us know, that that's going to happen. Before everything is said and done, we're going to get to see them transform into their forms, like, you know, what's similar to Saray. And I'm very curious to see the way they look. Because Studio Football does some crazy designs for their characters sometimes. I'm really looking forward to that. that. So besides that, let's talk about the advisor to the Lord of Calamity. So my personal opinion on that, I don't really know how to feel about the Lord of Calamity's advisor helping out, or at the very least giving information to Saray, because honestly, it feels forced, or it doesn't really make any sense at all, because number one, let's think about the objective of her master. Her master's objective is to destroy the world, be like just overcome with the malevolence, and then wipe out everyone. And for her to go out of her way to tell Saray, like, the knowledge of what her master is doing, to where he is at, up in the north, and all that, it just doesn't make any sense to me when it comes to the character in the way it was kind of introduced in Season 1. I'm like, why are you doing this now? Like, why have you supposedly now become a turncoat or whatever? You've changed sides. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you doing this now, of all times, and trying to fuck up your master, what he's ever trying to plan? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like the entire plot point with this character kind of joining the side of Saray and them, or helping them out, or at the very least giving them information, it's just like, why would you go this far to do that? It just doesn't make sense. And I feel like that is very forced when it comes to the plot. I just don't know how to feel about that. That feels very, very forced to set up this entire, you know, plot point and conflict in the upcoming episodes. I mean, the foundation of it's pretty shaky just because of that. I'm just like, why would you, you know, do that when you care for your master? You've been working with him since Season 1 and all that, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're like, you know, my master is going to destroy the entire world, his plan's about to, you know, happen and all that, here's where he's at, you know, you can go over there and try to stop him right now. Like, why? Like, why are you saying this shit? Like, wouldn't it have been easier not to say shit and just let your master just destroy the entire world? I mean, it would have been GG right then and there. So why did she do that? Hopefully that gets explained. And since we're reaching the conclusion of the series, I honestly highly doubt we're going to get an explanation, so that's going to suck. Anyways, though, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.